Hi, welcome back to my channel, Thelazydaisie. I'm in Italy currently celebrating my birthday in Lake Garda with this cute fruit tart and the candles lit by my husband. We are just enjoying this moment and so grateful. Last night we celebrated my birthday cozily together, and now we've left for Sirmione, which is the southern gem in Lake Garda. Although it was raining in the morning and the sky was basically moody and grey, but somehow that even made it more beautiful for us. There's a strange calmness that comes with cloudy days that kind of makes you slow down, breathe, and just take everything in. As we arrived in Sirmione, the town greeted us with soft colors, pink tulips, stone paths, and the sound of gentle waves by the castle walls. Even without sunshine, it felt like a little dream, calm, cozy, and full of quiet beauty. Just at the entrance of Sirmione stands a beautiful Scaliger Castle, surrounded by water on all sides, something straight out of a storybook. It's one of the best preserved castles on Lake Garda, built centuries ago by the Scaliger family just to protect the town. Even just now, it felt like stepping back in time. Inside the castle, there's also a small history museum, small and quite simple, but filled with little details about Sirmione's past, old maps, pottery, and stories of the people who once lived by this lake. And also from the top, you can see it all, the lake stretching endlessly, the old rooftops, and the misty horizon. Even under all the cloud, it was all so breathtaking. Moments like these remind you that beauty doesn't always need sunshine. Sometimes it's hidden in the quiet shades of grey, and that's all you need. As we stepped out of the castle, the sound of footsteps on the old stone slowly faded behind us, like leaving a piece of history tucked safely by the lake. Just outside, the streets of Sirmione felt alive in its own quiet way. Small lanes filled with the smell of rain and freshly baked pastries. And so now, as we stepped out of the castle, we're basically in the old town exploring Sirmione and its old shops. Just around the corner, there's so many little shops lined the way, each filled with handmade souvenirs, ceramic plates, magnets, linen bags, and bottles of local olive oil, all carrying a touch of Sirmione's charm. There's so much comfort in caring about these small places where each item feels like a story, a memory that you can always hold on to. Sirmione's little shops are a treasure chest of Italian goodness. Shelves lined with a bottle of golden olive oil, jars of pesto, handmade chocolates, and colorful pasta in every shape that you can imagine. And then there are these famous glass showpieces, delicate, handmade, and each one catching the light like a little piece of magic. The kind of art that makes you stop and simply stare for a while. And a few steps later, we found so many ceramic shops filled with colors and patterns, lemons, florals, and sun drenched designs that so perfectly felt Italian. Each corner of this place seemed to whisper a story of craft, patience, and beauty shaped by hand. Everything looks and feels crafted with love, the kind of things you'd want to take home, just to hold on to the taste of Italy a little longer. We kept walking, drawn into every little shop that caught our eye. The streets were quiet, and the sound of footsteps and soft music from the cafes nearby. Each ceramic piece felt like a piece of art. Hand painted lemons, deep blues, and warm terracotta shades that somehow captured the soul of Italy. There's something so peaceful about browsing these small shops. No rush, no plans, just wandering and admiring the details that Italy has to offer. We did not buy much, but walking through these shops felt like collecting memories, each corner, each color quietly telling its own story. After wandering through these shops, we stopped by a little cafe on the side of Sirmione, the kind of place where time just slows down. The smell of fresh pizza and crispy fries filled the air. Simple food, but somehow it felt perfect, comforting, and just what we needed after a slow, rainy day. We sat there for a while, watching the clouds drift over the lake, talking, laughing, and just enjoying the moments together. There's definitely certain magic in days like these, when everything is simple, cozy, and beautifully imperfect. After a little food break, we started wandering again, through the quiet streets of Sirmione where everything felt like a postcard. The rain had stopped, and the street had that fresh, after rain glow, reflections shimmering on the cobblestones, and a soft breeze carrying the scent of the lake. It was quite calm and peaceful, the kind of walk you needed when you don't need a destination, just exploring, soaking in the charm, and letting the town unfold around you. Every street that seemed to lead something beautiful, a little cafe, the view of the water, or a window filled with warm light. Sirmione definitely felt timeless, a place where you could simply slow down, wander, and just be. And as the day came to close, we made our way back to Lake Garda. The evening was calm, the weather was perfect for a long, peaceful drive on my birthday. The clouds had softened, the rain had stopped, and the lake shimmered in the fading light. Every turn of the road felt like a little gift, quiet, serene, and simple, full of joy. There's something so magical about driving through these quiet Italian roads, letting the day sink in and just being present in the moment. And I love the company of my husband who drives so perfectly and just letting me enjoy this time with him. Birthday or not, but days like these remind you that happiness is always found in small, calm moments, a cozy drive, soft light, and the company of someone you love the most dearly. Along the way, my husband couldn't resist but take a spontaneous stop just to breathe in the view of Lake Garda. And the water stretched endlessly. It was quite peaceful and calm, reflecting the soft hues of evening sky. It was one of those quiet moments that make a long drive even way more special. And sometimes it's basically these unplanned pauses that linger the longest in your memory. A little stretch, a deep breath, and just taking it all in. And in that moment, with the lake before us and the evening wrapping around, it felt like a perfect pause on my perfect birthday. And as we reached Riva del Garda, we stopped at a nice hotel where I could treat my husband for my birthday with some handmade Italian pasta, mozzarella, and fresh beer of his choice. We were so grateful for this day and we just slept in and then woke up fresh. So this morning we just packed our luggage for leaving for Munich and we're just going back home. But we would like to spend some time in Riva del Garda in the city center enjoying the last few hours before we leave for Munich. And the vibe of Lake Garda is just so amazing. The water is so pure, the air is so clean, everything is so calming, the buildings and the landscape, it's just so breathtaking. And here we are enjoying this iced mocha with some biscoff on the side and soaking in the views of Lake Garda before leaving for Munich. And I think this is the perfect cup of coffee to say goodbye to this place with. And as I edit this vlog, I really want to go back to Lake Garda. It's so beautiful. You should always visit this place and grab some local souvenirs, especially the olive oil and pepperoncino oil, and just enjoy it as it comes to you. I really hope that you enjoyed watching this calming vlog and taking in all the views, especially these swans, which are just all over the place enjoying their life. And I hope you do too and visit Italy. And if you like my content, please do hit the subscribe button, like, and share. And we stay in touch and stay tuned for the next vlogs. See you later.